Internationally recognized psychologist Kevin Leman is the author of more than 30 books, including the groundbreaking Birth Order book. The Full Circle guest with the most memorable attire brings a surprising challenge about daring to love our children.
An unhappy child is a healthy child. There's times your little Ethan, oh, even better. Little Ethan needs to be unhappy. Why? Because he didn't do what mommy asked to do. He disobeyed. He misbehaved. So it's not about happiness. And the other thing I'd point out, that mommies who have sons represent all of womanhood to this little boy. And for centuries, men have wiped their feet on women. It's got to stop. If it stops in the home where the parent, the female, has a position of authority, okay? And again, this didn't come out of my head. This is a guy named, what was his name? St. Paul, that's it, St. Paul. I never caught his last name, but I know it's Paul. And I know he's important because there's a lot of churches and schools named after the guy. But he was the one that said, children, obey your parents. It's the right thing to do because God has placed them in authority over you. So this isn't coming out of Kevin Leman's head. I ripped off St. Paul. In fact, I owe him a lot of royalties someday. But all I'm saying is you need, as a mommy, a healthy stance with little Ethan because kids are hedonistic little suckers. They're unionized. They have a game plan. And because they're so adorable. Oh, Dr. Leman, if you could meet Ethan, you would see what I mean. He is just adorable.
He is adorable.
Thank you.
And so, even, you know, I'll never forget saying to my wife, I said, would you look at that? Talking to about my one son, Kevin. I said, look at him. And he was just misbehaving big time. And she looked at me and she said, isn't he adorable? And so mommies and sons, a very special relationship as daddies and daughters. So,
and, you know, that's refreshing to hear because I see a lot of moms and parents who do let their children do whatever. And my husband and I always feel like, are we being a little too hard on Ethan? Are we, you know, because we do try to rein him in because we think he's 2.5, he still has a lot to learn. And so that's refreshing to hear that we're not, you know, we are kind of.
Is your husband on the same page as you are?
Yes. Yes.
Then Ethan's got it made. He's got it made in life because he's going to have those parameters. So mom and dad are on the same page. When mom and dad are not on the same page, when I say we've seen the enemy and they're small, I'm not kidding. They can drive a wedge between these two people that don't have their act together. And for all the people who are in blended families, his and hers, and then ours, if you're not shoulder to shoulder, I mean, I put it writing my books, you will not succeed in your marriage. The kids will defeat you.
Well, first, adorable Ethan. Take a look. Don't you agree? I think this child could get away with anything, but he's got wonderful parents. Maggie and Elton John are on the same page. And that sweet little boy just turned 3 on Saturday. Happy birthday, Ethan. We love watching you grow. We all enjoyed Dr. Leman's book, Have a New Kid by Friday, How to Change Your Child's Attitude, Behavior, and Character in 5 days. And I might say, you should have seen his socks. Of course, you can see his socks and enjoy more of his parenting wisdom at 100huntley.com. We have a lot of fun with our guests on the Full Circle couch each Friday, but along with the fun, relevant, practical, life-building content. You know how meaningful it is. We're asking you to help us keep providing television at its best and so much more. Call now and say, I want to be a part of Crossroads family of ministries, and I want to say thank you for so many responding today to this goal of 1,000 increases from our family members, like Stan in Chilliwack, BC, increasing from $30 to $35. Carmen in Borden Carlton, PEI, increasing from $35 to $40. And Colleen in Campbell River, BC, from $70 to $100 a month, right across the country. You are standing with us, and we are so grateful. Go to your phones now, and let's check those pledge lines. The rest of the fam's here.